Et donc, bonjour à tous et à toutes, c'est Sogevince. On se retrouve pour la suite de Trauma Center New Blood. Et j'ai oublié de jeter ses piles, formidable. Un truc qui rime avec perso de merde. Putain, mec. Perso de merde. J'ai pas d'idée. Sac à merde, mais mais ça fait un peu redondance. Allez, 2, 3. Ah Mike, cet homme qui dit bonjour.
This is ridiculous. How long am I gonna have to wait? Excuse me, miss? May I ask you?
Oh, are you here to visit a family member? If so, then the entrance.
No, that's not why I'm here. I have an appointment with Dr. Rousseau, the chief surgeon. But no one's been able to get my message to him.
If that's the case, then let me call for his secretary.
Non, alors
I'm
mec,
sorry
non,
to inconvenience you. Thank you, though. You're a doctor here, aren't you?
Yes, my name is Valerie Blaylock.
Is Professor Wilkins busy? I was hoping I might...
Yes. Well, the professor he's very busy. I rarely see him myself.
Well, I guess it can't be helped. Ah, you must be Dr. Rousseau's secretary. My name is Irene Quattro. I'm the director of Caduceus.
The organization under the
Caduceus.
direct control of Health and Human Services?
Thank you very much for your help today. I appreciate it.
Hey, Marcus. It's already been 10 days, and he still hasn't told us about his...
I'm sure he hasn't forgotten. He must have his reasons.
He sure is taking his time, considering the trouble he went to bring us back here. Oh, by the way, this morning I met someone that was here to see Rousseau. I was surprised when she introduced herself. Take a guess who she was.
His mistress?
Very
Marcus.
Come on, be serious.
I know him better than you do.
Well, it turns out she's the director of Caduceus. She oversees all of the medical research institutions located in the U.S.
She's from Caduceus?
Actually, she seemed more interested in speaking with Professor Wilkins. I wonder how she knows about him. Isn't it strange?
It sounds like trouble, if you ask me.
Dr. Vaughn! Dr. Blaylock!
What's the matter, Elena?
3 people were hit by a car. 2 are in critical condition.
Ah,
Dr. Rousseau began treating the one who was in the worst state. But he left to treat a different patient and ordered you to...
We can't afford to waste any time. His life's in jeopardy.
Ricardo Garcia, formidable. Oui, le jeu se passe aux États-Unis, Mike.
The patient is Ricardo Garcia, a 35-year-old male. He has injuries to the abdomen, including a few broken ribs.
Mais en fait, tu commences en Alaska et t'es à... comment ça s'appelle? Et t'es à Los Angeles, et là on est à Los Angeles en fait.
This doesn't look good.
In this operation, we have several objectives.
Et plus tard en fait on est dans la branche de
We need to
Caduceus
treat his
USA.
lacerations, repair his broken ribs, and attend to his spleen.
This will be a difficult operation. No wonder Rousseau took off so...
Well, I'm sure we can handle it.
We've analyzed his blood type and done the necessary We've also got an ample supply of blood on hand.
Non, tiens, je vais
I'm ready to start the procedure.
pour changer un peu.
Doctor, hurry! We
Ah,
need to use the
formidable.
defibrillator.
Putain, je suis nul avec le défi, non? Oh, c'est ouf!
All right, we have
Putain,
a
comment
pulse.
je suis nul!
His spleen's in bad shape.
We'll have to retrieve the...
We won't be able to... We'll have to close it first with the forceps.
Now pinch one side of the wound with a forceps. Okay, now hurry up and suture. That takes care of the largest wound. But
On
don't
va
forget
quand même
about the others.
remettre un peu. Hop. Alors, bon. Tu commences à m'emmerder, toi, avec...
We're making progress with the bone fragments, but the spleen requires immediate treatment.
Oh là. J'avais pas vu que les signes ils étaient tombés aussi vite.
Looks like you got all the bone fragments, but we bet.
Now that we've taken care of the wounds, we can reassemble the bone fragments.
Alors, putain, alors ouais. On est reparti pour le puzzle de votre vie. Alors, je crois que c'est
Doesn't seem
ta
to
race.
fit. Could that go somewhere else?
Non. Oh, je sais jamais. Tellement chiant. Genre, ça va pas là. Si, voilà.
So far,
Si,
so
c'était là.
good. We're almost done.
Ça, je pense que ça doit être là. Là.
What? Don't tell me we missed a fragment.
This isn't good. We'll have to use the defibrillator. Was that hemorrhagic shock? His spleen was bleeding pretty heavily. Is that it? No wonder we missed it. Okay, doctor. You know what to do. Be sure to keep an eye on his vitals, though.
Ouais, je sais ce qu'on doit faire. Paniquer. Oh non, déjà. D'accord. Donc là, normalement, c'était le signal pour me dire utilise ta main curative, sinon t'es dans la merde. Très bien. Très bien, très bien. Bon, allez. Ma fille de délit.
Doctor, hurry. The
Ah ouais, non,
patient's
mais là,
got
si
into
vous
it.
commencez
We
à
need to
partir
use the
là-dedans...
defibrillator.
All right, we have a problem.
We'll have
We will have to close it first with the forceps.
Now
D'abord
pinch one.
ça,
Okay.
ça.
Now hurry up. That takes care of the largest wound. But don't forget about the others.
Pitié. Eh. Putain, mais comment je suis nul. C'est ouf.
We're making progress with the bone fragments, but the spleen look. Doctor, please be more careful. Looks like you got all the bone fragments.
Now that we've
J'étais
taken care of the
careful.
wounds, we can reassemble the bone fragments.
C'est pas ma faute si le mec il a fait n'importe quoi, merde.
So far, so good. We're almost done.
What? Don't tell me we missed a fragment.
This isn't good. We'll have to use the. Was that hemorrhagic shock? His spleen was bleeding pretty heavily.
Par contre, faut que je me rappelle comment on fait.
Is that it? No wonder. Okay, doctor. You know what to do.
Attends.
Be
Ouais,
sure
c'est
to
comme
keep
ça.
an eye on his vitals, though.
Non, c'est comme ça. Comment c'est déjà? Hop, 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 hop. Voilà.
We've got all the pieces now, but please treat his remaining wounds first.
All right, let's place the last bone fragment.
All the pieces are in place. Let's cement them together with antibiotic gel. Well, that... close enough.
Passable. J'ai été tellement naze sur mon incision. Ah là là, c'était pas beau.
It was an unexpected. Well done.
Vous avez fait quoi? Ça? Waouh, le dos. Attends, j'ai pas vu parce qu'il y a beaucoup de choses qui se sont passées. 4 fois le défibrillateur, c'est bon. Alors, attends, qu'est-ce qui s'est dit? Oh là, évite de te casser la gueule par pitié. Pas la carte wax freaker.
I see that you are both quite skilled.
I'm sorry, you are?
I'm Irene Quattro from Caduceus. Nice to meet you.
La mafia de Delhi.
I heard there was an emergency, so I changed into my surgical gown. But I see that wasn't necessary.
L'opération dans la salle d'à côté. Vous avez fait quoi, ça? What the door?
Valerie, is this the woman you were telling me about?
Thank you, ma'am. It's an honor to receive such praise.
A doctor with a healing touch. It's been a while since I've been surprised like this. If the opportunity arises, I'd like to see it used again.
I'd be glad to show you.
This is an impressive hospital. I hope that we meet again.
I don't think it was good for her to have seen that.
What do you mean, Marcus?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Putain, et en plus, le truc, c'est qu'il avait raison.
We were told he wouldn't make it.
La famille était là.
You saved him.
I just did my best, Mrs. Garcia. Considering his injuries, he must have an angel looking over his shoulder.
I don't know how we'll ever repay you. Thank you so much.
There's no need for tears. Now, let's discuss his future treatment options.
Oh, as long as he's in your hands, Doctor.
Oh, it's you, Vaughn.
Marcus, he's...
It's not worth getting upset over. The patient is all right, that's all that matters. Professor Wilkins has asked to see us, so we'd better get going.
I suppose you're right.
Dr. Rousseau?
Oh, no, it's nothing. Please come with me, Mrs. Garcia. Let's...
So, I heard that Rousseau took credit for everything.
Oui,
You must be disappointed.
oui.
I'm just glad the patient's okay.
He's an excellent doctor, although rather shrewd
Perfide.
at
Ouais,
times,
alors c'est pas un bon argument. Même un peu, c'est pas bien.
and I would never trust him to operate on me. That's why I
Ça, c'est
summoned
fait.
you here, Marcus.
I didn't want to come back.
I'm aware of that. Regardless, we'll meet tomorrow to discuss my operation. The procedure is scheduled for 4 days from now.
Okay.
Ah, Rousseau. Non, pas celui-là. Ah, le stigma. Faut que je me rappelle à quoi il ressemble le stigma.
So,
Ça,
you're
je me
finally
rappelle
going to
parfaitement
tell us, Professor?
des tacs dans le premier, Second Opinion, mais dans celui-là, je me rappelle pas.
I led you all to believe that I was suffering from a chronic heart disease, but now that my preparations are complete,
Dr. Rousseau is on the team too?
Yeah, but he won't be operating.
what I am asking you all to do is treat an unknown disease. Yes, I'm asking you to face the unknown.
Ah oui, oui, mais t'inquiète pas, Dark, hein, ça je sais. Ah oui, il a complètement un aspect sans fou. Hein. C'est ça un stigma. Non.
An unknown disease?
By certain means, I received a mouse with an unprecedented illness. It was a pathogen born as a result of gene-related medical research. I isolated it, analyzed it, and became deeply interested in it. Despite my initial, it was such a unique disease.
Curiosity. Man's greatest weakness.
Dr. Vaughn?
Never mind.
As a member of the medical community, I immediately realized the importance of this discovery, and so I began researching the disease. But before I could complete my research, I myself became infected. Its communicability between animals and humans was quite a surprise.
Non, non. Dragon béant, c'est gratuit.
It's a tragedy for us all, Professor. It breaks my heart.
What was the means of transmission?
It's too late to ascertain now, but it must have occurred while I was researching it. I may have accidentally pricked myself with a needle. My hands aren't as steady as they once were. I don't believe it is highly communicable, but we should still be careful. One thing is for certain. It's not an airborne disease.
And what about your condition? You seem to be...
I do have some data which I collected during... It's dormant at the moment, but it becomes active when the carrier experiences stress. Its invasiveness is quite strong, and it's at least as serious, if not worse, than an acute virus or a parasite invasion.
So this operation must be performed right away.
That's why you selected us.
Yes, it is a new disease, so as you may suspect, no medication or vaccine is available yet. Extraction is the only viable option.
Dr. Vaughn, this is a serious responsibility.
Indeed. This disease manifests itself in mysterious ways. I've tentatively named it Stigma. We will refer to it by this name for now. But please keep this information confidential. I will also grant you access to my research data, but you are only permitted to read through it.
Infected accidentally? That can't be. That's not its nature. The professor's hiding something.
Foregoing your meditation today, don't allow this disease to trouble you. Just accept that it's beyond your...
Should someone with your condition be up at this hour?
I have one more favor to ask of you. That's why I'm here.
I'll save your life. What more do you want?
If for some reason the operation is a failure, then I want you to destroy all my research concerning Stigma.
What?
This is to be my research, and mine alone, whether or not the operation is successful. You should have no objections to this. After all, wasn't it your wish 3 years ago that it all disappear? Well then, I bid you good luck.
I've taken a look at the data, but
That makes two of us.
the pathogen's mobility is simply who knows what kind of damage it's capable of. Based on the data, it's unlikely that medication will be...
Burn it with the laser. That's the only...
Has there been any change in the professor's condition?
He's still stable. He should have enough...
If the professor's data is accurate, then this mistakes cannot be made.
Relax. We've got it under control.
Allez.
He's right. This is an important procedure.
Ah oui, mais ça, ce sont des choses qui arrivent.
We're ready to begin. Based on what we know, please be extremely careful.
Voilà.
Lacerations? But
Are you suggesting that the pathogen...
We need to suture the wounds immediately and try to prevent any further damage.
well done, Doctor. But please keep an eye out for the pathogen. There it is.
Voilà. Ah, maintenant on commence avec des trucs rigolos.
All right, let's do this.
Donc les
Get the laser
stigmas,
ready.
c'est le premier.
It's working. Keep using the laser.
J'ai plus de laser. Ah putain,
It's
ça.
tearing up his insides. Can't believe this.
You did
Ok,
it. Stigma's gone.
c'est pas fini.
Marvelous. The professor...
Wait, he's not stabilizing. We better take...
Stigma again. But how? It's still active. Keep using the laser.
Yeah. Putain, qu'est-ce que je suis nul avec ces trucs.
His vitals are dropping. You have to suture the
Vitals
wound
have
or they'll
dropped?
hemorrhage.
On est plus.
You may need to hit it more than once.
Arrêtez vos conneries.
One down, one to go. Again?
Ouais, alors là, cette fois, il me semble que... Ouais, voilà. Passe en forme
If you-
énervée.
Well, it can't have changed that much. The laser should still work.
The laser seems to be working.
J'en ai plus. Voilà, ça c'est...
Hurry up and suture those lacerations before it causes more damage.
Ah, vas-y, ta race. Putain. Ah, le stigma, quoi. C'est tellement de la merde. Putain, le truc, il arrive, il fait salut. Salut, je te pourris. Et surtout qu'en plus, t'as pas suffisamment, en fait, avec...
We're ready to, based on what we
pour arriver à le
please
mettre
be
par terre, en
extremely
fait.
careful.
Donc, c'est un peu chiant.
Lacer, are you
We need to suture the wounds immediately and try to prevent any further damage.
well done, Doctor. But please keep an eye out. There it is.
All right, let's do this. Get the laser ready.
It's working. Keep using the laser. We did it. Stigma's gone.
Premier parti. Maintenant, les deux autres.
Wait, he's...
Stigma again. But how?
Putain, arrête de bouger.
It's tearing up his insides. Can't believe this.
Peut-être qu'on peut remonter un peu. Les vitals. Ok,
One
ok, put
down,
down.
one to go. His vitals are dropping. You have to suture the wound. Again?
Là, ils vont repasser en mode énervé. Ils vont passer en mode énervé.
They
Well, it can't have changed that much. The laser should still work.
The laser seems to be working.
Ça c'est...
Hurry up and suture those lacerations before it causes more damage.
Vitals have
Et...
dropped.
Qui allait encore me mettre... Des embrouilles de blanc, cet enfoiré. Pire, attends. Oh fuck. Putain mais je suis trop nul. Pas foutu d'arriver à mettre...
Is that it? Just please suture the remaining wounds and then we can close them up.
Oui, sinon le monsieur il va passer un sale moment si on laisse les sutures comme ça. Ok, ça c'est fait.
That was truly a menacing horde, was it? I must begin analyzing the data.
Oh putain,
immediately.
passable. Formidable.
Congratulations.
Puf.
It was my responsibility.
Is something wrong, Marcus?
No, nothing. I should just be
C'est un platinium. Non. J'ai pas besoin d'utiliser la main curative. Tiens, voilà, regarde. Sans faute, parfait obtenu 6 fois. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? J'ai quand même enrancé. Je suis dégoûté. Ah putain.
I'm glad his body withstood the operation. At this rate, it seems he'll make a full... Still, that was a daunting procedure.
I can't believe that such a disease exists, and that we were able to treat it.
I hope this is the last we see of it, though.
Ah, depuis quand? Bonne question. Non, après c'est peut-être par rapport à la surchauffe aussi, Dark, faut que tu te dises.
Doctors around the world will be astounded.
C'est surtout ça, tu te dis ça marche en surchauffe et... Ah oui, je me souviens de cette mission. Alors ça c'est la première mission sur laquelle je me suis retrouvé bloqué quand la première fois que j'ai joué au jeu. Parce que je n'avais pas compris un truc très important. C'est...
Oh, he's awake.
Professor, can you hear
En fait,
me?
il y a quelque chose d'important qu'on va voir là.
Yes.
The operation was a success. All the path and your heart is functioning normal.
It was a complicated procedure, but we were able... Being operated on while you still had your strength should speed your recovery.
Well, Professor, congratulations on the success of your operation.
Thank you.
That stigma is quite a remarkable disease. I never imagined such an insidious pathogen. It amazes me each time I watch the
Recording? Rousseau, I thought I only gave you permission to read through the existing...
Yes, that's true, but I thought perhaps...
My orders are absolute. Or are you scheming to steal?
Don't be silly, Professor. I'm completely loyal to...
I want everything in this room. That includes any recordings, and I won't have them where I...
Professor, please. You must stay calm.
Dr. Rousseau, can't whatever you have to discuss...
Yes, well then, please excuse...
C'est pas une maladie ton truc. Ah, tu vas voir. Hein.
Please. Don't worry.
Then we'll return later to explain your stat.
Yes.
We don't have a sample or any... So how do you intend to study stigma, Marcus?
Are you just going to pretend it doesn't exist?
No self-respecting doctor would admit the existence of such a thing.
That's only because they lack the knowledge.
Oh, really?
Do you recall the incident that occurred 10 years ago? A deadly man-made infectious disease spread throughout the world. It was known as guilt.
Ah, la guilt ou TAC. Donc ça, c'est des événements qu'il y avait dans le premier Trauma Center.
Now that you mention it, I do remember that.
C'était rigolo d'ailleurs comme truc, l'attaque.
Is there a connection between guilt and stigma?
Most likely not. The professor has already tested that vaccine on it. It had absolutely no effect.
I guess I can see why Rousseau's so intrigued by it. If he was the one to announce it to the world, he'd become the most renowned doctor.
Dr. Vaughn, Dr. Blaylock?
Aren't these Rousseau's patients?
Yes, but...
Looks like I better get used to being sleep deprived.
It seems Professor Wilkins is on the road to wellness.
But how long will it take for him to fully recover?
The professor's a lot tougher than he looks.
Dr. Rousseau must be hoping he resigns, or at least relinquishes some of his authority.
I heard another hospital has been courting him as well. He's had a lot...
Perhaps he's going to take up a position as a lecturer somewhere.
He's the talk of the entire hospital.
Oh, but he's not the only one.
Meaning what exactly?
I've heard from more than one source that someone will be paying you two a visit soon as well. Maybe Professor-to-be Rousseau will let you know about it.
It's not really my idea of a promotion.
Well, I'm calling it quits for today. Hopefully tomorrow won't be as stressful.
What about the professor's chart?
He's been updating them himself. It is top secret. Speak of the devil. I wonder what he wants.
He didn't mention anything to me. Is that the fire alarm?
Something must have happened. We better go check on the professor.
Y'a pas de problème d'arc.
Oh no!
Help!
That man's on fire!
That man is on fire!
We have to help him.
Be careful, Market!
Drop to the floor. Valerie, isn't there a fire extinguisher?
Doctor, stand aside.
Quick thinking, Elena.
Someone.
Russo. Is that?
And then set fire.
Hang in there.
He's been badly burned.
I'll get something to transport him with.
Thank you, Elena. Get.
Donc voilà. Luc Rousseau.
The patient is suffering from burns all over his... Some of them are third-degree burns, I'm afraid. The burned area covers over 20% of his body. We'll have to use skin grafts.
Voilà, la greffe de
I suggest that
peau.
we transplant skin from the right half of his body, which has few...
If we can't use synthetic skin, then that's our only option.
If we inject culture fluids, we'll be...
Since we'll be working on third-degree burns, I've prepared some... I've said this already, but he's in critical...
Alors faut que je me rappelle comment ça fonctionne ça, parce que j'ai
Let's get started.
plus du tout en tête comment le truc fonctionne.
These burns are pretty severe. We'll have to remove skin from elsewhere.
All right, I'll get the... You'll have to inject it into the right side of his body. We need to collect donor skin first.
Alors ensuite
Please
il y a
inject
ça
the
à
culture
faire.
fluid into the...
Voilà.
The culture is taking effect.
Vitals have dropped.
Please use the scalp.
Alors,
Once we're ready to transfer the dome,
placer,
You'll
ouais.
most likely need several grafts. Let's look for other...
The most severe burn, we'll need to excise.
Are you prepared to begin to breathe? Please inject it directly into the
Ok,
blackened
ça
tissue.
c'est pour...
The cord
Voilà,
seems
ça.
to be working. Now, use the scalpel to excise the affected area. You can place the area's been debrided now. Please try to place the donor skin before the wound hemorrhages again.
Alors... De toute façon, ça il va falloir que j'en fasse quelques-uns. Parce que on va avoir besoin de pas mal de greffons. Alors, comment déjà ça fonctionne tout ça? Non. Alors si je dis pas de conneries, il faut faire
It
un
looks
truc
like
genre
this area
comme
is
ça.
going to need more than one piece of tissue. We've we're done with
Voilà,
this area.
ok c'est bon, je m'en
Let's go
souviens
on to another burn.
comment cette connerie ça fonctionne. Ah oups, c'est pas ça que je voulais faire. Ah sérieux? Putain je me suis fait wacker. Alors vite au moins que je puisse finir celle. Putain. Non mais non.
You can't keep moving a piece of donor skin around.
Ah fuck.
You'll have to get another piece.
J'essaie d'être trop rapide. Ah mais non, arrête de faire n'importe quoi. 2, 3, 4. Ok, ça c'est fait. Putain, peut-être arrêter de faire des conneries. Ok. faut d'autres? Ah fuck. C'est pas suffisamment bien. En fait je pense qu'il faut que j'en fasse vraiment la blinde. Prêt à être utilisé. Et après on va s'occuper de... Putain sérieusement quoi? Espèce de baise. Ah, ça suffira pas, il va falloir que j'en récupère d'autres. Ouais.
There's not much time.
C'est pas du tout long les la greffe hein. Pas 3 plombes 5.
We have to hurry. We're halfway through. Keep it up.
Ah il va survivre, t'inquiète pas. TKT, on va s'en occuper. D'accord. Voilà, comme ça on a du matos. Quoi?
What are you doing?
J'ai pas compris. J'ai pas compris ce qui vient de se passer en fait. Fuck. Le timer. Ah putain ouais non ça doit être ça ouais tous les... J'ai dû vraiment prendre trop de temps à mon avis. Alors déjà.
Please inject the culture fluid into the upper right. The culture is taking effect.
Vitals have
Please
dropped.
use the scalpel to remove a section of the epidermis.
Parce qu'on va en avoir besoin de plus. Vous savez, je me suis fait baiser quand même 3 fois.
The most we'll need.
Are you prepared? Please inject it directly into the blackened tissue. The coolant seems to be working. Now, use this. You can place the excited. The area has been the affected area is bleeding heavily. Hurry up and drain it.
Pas s'endormir.
Now, please try to place the donor skin before the wound hemorrhages again. It looks like this area is going to need more than we've covered. We're done with this area. Let's go on to
Ok,
another burn.
alors on va faire pas mal de greffons. Ça au moins on est tranquille. Okay. D'abord les pots et ensuite je m'occupe de...
Drain the blood first. Then, prepare another piece of tissue for
Ah ça... Ok. S'occuper de ça. Vite.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Alors, ça.
The coolant won't be
Sérieux?
effective unless you inject it directly into the blackened area.
Bon, en vrai, ça s'est beaucoup mieux passé que la première fois. Ça se passe beaucoup mieux en tout cas.
Almost done.
Ah, putain. On va essayer de faire tout en même temps là sur la fin. Dernier, on va essayer de mettre les 8 cache. Ok. Putain. Ah, c'est compliqué ce genre de truc. Sport dextérité, non, mais...
The professor's office is nothing but ashes. Fortunately, no one seems to have been inside. But the professor's whereabouts are unknown, and we have reason to believe the data was stolen. According to what Rousseau said, the professor seems to have been... What did the detectives ask you?
Same things they asked you. What did I see when I arrived at the scene? Did I notice anything suspicious? You know, the usual. Oh, they also asked about the professor's condition. I didn't say anything about stigma, for they wouldn't understand anyway.
I can't believe he was kidnapped. What's their motive? They obviously want more than just a ransom.
What's gonna happen to this hospital? What about us? The media's gonna be all over this incident. We won't...
Dr. Blaylock, Dr. Vaughn.
If it's another investigator, then forget it.
Actually, it's the director of Caduceus.
What?
Long time no see. Regarding what happened the other day.
Thanks.
How can we...
It's a little complicated. After seeing the two of you in action, I negotiated with the hospital to have you both transferred to our staff.
You're recruiting us?
That was the plan, but circumstance...
So what does that mean?
Dr. Vaughn, Dr. Blaylock. By the authority of the federal government,
je vous ordonne. Vous avez pas le choix. Démerdez-vous.
The authority of the federal government?
The decision was made based on the research we believe Professor Wilkins was as skilled doctors and colleagues of the professor. We require your expertise in the U.S. branch of Caduceus. We'll do our best to accommodate any staff member requests you may have.
I can't believe it. We're going to Caduceus.
Et vous avez pas le choix. Bon. 3 missions spéciales. Moi, c'est là où j'arrête la vidéo. Donc, merci en tout cas d'avoir regardé cette vidéo. Moi, je vous laisse ici. Et je vous dis donc à la prochaine pour la suite de Trauma Center. Ciao.